All right, everybody, welcome. We're going to be jumping into the next exercise of the Module 1 testing process. There we go. Anyways, I'm in the middle of doing my U-turn. So if you missed out the U-turn practice, make sure you check out the previous video because that's kind of where we're starting off here, because once you finish your 3 U-turns, you're going to be instructed to do your slow speed towards your U-turn section. So I got my U-turn section over there, but we're going to pretend I'm in the middle of my figure 8s, and the instructor says, okay, now move on through. Okay, so now the instructor said move on through. That camera is the instructor. So now they're saying let's do slow speed. So what you're going to need to do is get into a lower gear, about 5 miles an hour, use friction zone, use rear brake, and slow speed, okay? So right now, see how it's a little choppy? It's a little windy. It's a little choppy, but you want to do slow speed. That is to show that you're capable of doing slow speed maneuvers out there with traffic, because you know when traffic is moving slow, you need to be able to do so too. So once again, like I said, use friction zone, use your rear brake if you have to, stay in about first gear, go to about 4 or 5 miles an hour, and scoot your butt up as close to that tank as you can and keep your back straight. Look forward. It's okay if you move your handlebars like this. That's fine. The next spot we're going to be moving into U-turn, but I want to go ahead and go over that one more time, because U-turn is its own beast. And sometimes people here want to put their feet down, and that's not a good thing. So once again, let's do that. But now I'm going to add in looking left and right. So look left, look right. Good. Very good. All right, now we're done with that. So let's go ahead and friction zone, scoot your butt up, a little bit of rear brake. If you have to, a little bit of throttle. Chest and eyes up. Perfect. All right. All right, so we just finished. We're like at the very end of the slow ride, and we're going to be moving into this right here, which is going to be the U-turn box. Now, it's in meters, but it roughly came out to, I'm going to have it up here, I can't remember, but I'm going to do a 20-foot box by 20 foot, basically. So this is going to be 2 parking spaces, you know, left and right, but 4 total in a grid. So this is what you see. This is how you can practice it. So that's roughly what that is. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to do left and right-handed U-turns just so I can show you. A lot of it's going to be a lot like the figure of 8, and that is something that you could pretty much translate to this. So the figure of 8 is a U-turn with a change of direction with another U-turn. So that's basically it. This one is just a U-turn, exit the box, and I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. All right, so I'm finishing up my slow speed stuff. I'm getting ready. He's indicating, the instructor's indicating to me, hey, go ahead and do that U-turn. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get to the edge of the box that we have more room. And I'm going to apply the U-turn at any point in here. So remember, friction zone, look where you want to go, turn those handlebars, and there you go, nice and out. So how do you do that? Relatively easy. Well, first of all, it takes practice, and you're going to have to find the balance point of your bike. And just like the figure of 8, if you ever feel like you're going to put your foot down like I'm doing right now, what you can do is put a little bit more weight on the outside. So if I'm going to turn right, that means I need to put weight on the outside peg here. Look where I want to go, so I need to look over my right shoulder, use the friction zone here. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put a little bit of weight on the outside peg, look where I want to go, turn those handlebars. There we go. Now, if it feels like you're not able to make the turn with the handlebars fully turned, here's another tip. We're going to go ahead and do another right-hand turn, because this is something that I picked up after a while. So I'm going to do my slow speed stuff. Once again, friction zone, outside weight on the outside peg. I'm going to look where I want to go. But now I'm going to turn and push the handlebars down too. I'm going to turn and push. So you're going to feel like it's wanting to drop, and that's actually good. So right here, it feels like it's wanting to drop, and you put your foot down. That's typical. So instead of putting your foot down because it's wanting to drop, scoot more weight on the outside peg. Now, it feels like you can't do enough weight on the outside peg. Here's another tip. We're going to do the left-hand side once again and do a right-hand turn. So all those things combined, friction zone. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of rear brake to keep my speed down. I'm going to go ahead and look where I want to go. I'm going to put some weight on the outside peg. Now, I'm going to put about a quarter butt cheek off the side. So look where I want to go, a little bit of rear brake, a little bit of friction zone, turn those handlebars and push them down, and put a little bit, and I'm going to show you exaggeration while I'm doing this, a little bit of weight on this side by having my butt cheek hang off. Okay, does that make sense? All right, now we're going to put all those together and do a left-handed turn. So once again, I'm going to do my slow speed. I'm going from the figure of 8 to my slow speed to the U-turn box. The instructor's saying I'm doing a good job. Thank you, instructor. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn left. Okay, so same process, weight on the outside, look where I want to go, turn those handlebars and push the handlebars down. Okay, you're gonna get better and better and better at this. Now, this is the next portion of your module test, module 1 test, and we're gonna move on to more of the higher speed stuff, but we're gonna do that a different day. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. So when you get really good and you wanna show off and do a little fun stuff, what you can do is really get that butt off, really push those handlebars down, and really have some fun, okay? So guys, I hope you get some practice in. I hope you do what you need to do so that you can pass these tests, and keep practicing, because at the end of the day, hi drone, at the end of the day, this is gonna help you out in, say, a parking lot where you have to do a U-turn to get out of a spot or to go into a spot, all these different things. So if you could do what I just did, super tight circles, that means you understand the balance of the bike. Why am I looking at this when I can look at you? That means you can understand the balance of the bike, and that means you understand the friction zone, all those things. When you first start, your friction zone might be bad, your rear brake might be bad, you know, you're not good at it with the skills. The weighting, counter weighting might be a little awkward for you, the turning the handle, it's all gonna come together if you consistently practice. So let's say you got really good friction zone. Well, don't worry so much about the friction zone. Focus on the rear brake. If you're really good with both of those, okay, cool. Now it's really focused on the head turn. You got those 3 things done? Very good. Focus now on turning the handlebars. And then now you got that done? Perfect. So now it's like about 10 times you've tried this. Now push the handlebars down. Cool, you're still putting your foot down? All right, practice more weight on that outside leg. So you constantly keep doing this, and before you know it, you go to the test, you're doing amazing. No stress, nothing whatsoever. And then when you go out in the real world, this is the point. When you go out in the real world and you're doing a U-turn in a box or in a parking lot like this, and it's super narrow, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do a badass U-turn, or you could walk it. Not a big deal. So if you really want to focus on some of these things, if you really want to practice, make sure you swing by ddfmcrew.com. Check that link in the description and the first comment of this whole playlist. I want to get you guys safe. I want you to be confident when you take your test, and I want you to blow it out of the park. This way, your bike's going to start wanting to go this way. It's going to start going down because it's slow speed. So you look, you start turning, it's going to want to fall down, and that's why you go like this. It's going to turn, start falling down. That's why you do that. That's why you do the 50 pence. So if you turn and you put some counterweight on